So new music. Fresh off the bat, Backstreet Boys. All right.
Guys, I was shocked that Backstreet Boys decided to drop an album.
Guys,
it's 2019.
I listened to that album.
Backstreet Boys are dropping albums.
I listened to that album the first day it came out. Yeah, it dropped.
And
I listened to it again yesterday, and I thought, God damn, what an album! What, man? That album was, honestly, I think it's probably the nicest album
they've put out.
yeah.
No, not even they've put out. It's the nicest album this year.
Ooh.
It's one of the nicest albums this year.
It's February, so
Yeah,
I'll,
February.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll let you run with that too.
Like, cause these
I
guys
enjoyed it.
actually sang.
Yeah,
Like,
they did.
Yeah.
It was
you know-
beautiful.
can I ask you guys this question?
They took me back to music.
How often did you skip?
I didn't.
You didn't, right?
I didn't skip.
But
I
also
didn't
because
skip.
I only listened to the album once, and because I was listening to the album, I didn't skip.
No, but
But-
did you go to a point where you're like, okay, fine, I'm skipping? You don't feel like that,
it
right?
was. I did have a moment of this song is not really for me. I would skip this song
If I was listening
There's
to-
at least 4 to 5 songs there that I'm like, yeah, I'll listen to that. Like I'll put it on my playlist.
They gave us
Right.
12 tracks.
12 songs.
They gave us 12 tracks, and
and I
honestly,
think
from
it's
this,
12, isn't it?
no, DNA. There were some tracks here that I felt as though, whoo-wee. I even took one of the songs and dedicated it to my girl.
You
man.
know what's
Shit.
funny? You know
Like,
what's funny?
place, no place.
You know what's funny is the second time
I'm
I was
actually gonna
listening
check
to
it
it,
out.
I was actually like in the car, and I was driving. My mom was driving me
Is
around.
it just me?
And I thought, let me just put. Is it just
Woo,
me? What
it's just me.
song?
Woo,
It was
Is
in
just
my, I
me?
was in my feelings, bro.
Give me the sauce.
I was in my feelings.
Is it just
It
me?
is.
Oh, bruh. He's asking you, baby girl.
Yeah.
Baby
Is it just
girl.
me?
Is it just me?
No, but really, I was listening to it in the car, and I had it on, and my mom literally turned around. She's like, "Why do these voices sound familiar?" And I was like, "Oh, girl, what do you think?" Babe? She's like, "It's nice." I was like, "Backstreet Boys." Her eyes went, "What?"
Let's just hear it quickly.
So
Let's just hear it. Used to be better.
Backstreet Boys.
They left him out.
they had to.
They didn't
I
tell
gotta
him.
do the body rock.
They didn't tell him when they were recording.
Honestly, I was telling Silly, I was like to Sue, I was like, dude, I don't know if I need to be listening to Backstreet Boys.
Again! Like, it's crazy. After listening to his album, I actually went back and started listening to some of the old stuff as well.
Right? Didn't it make you want to reminisce?
Yes! And I reminisce
but
hard.
this
I
is
reminisce
good.
in the office hard. With
Yeah.
the gents in the office, I had them singing along to almost all the Backstreet Boys.
You know what happened?
And like,
It
people are
literally-
judging me, and I'm like, no, I know you're singing.
You know what
I can
happened
see
to
you
me?
loving it.
You know what happened to me? I literally actually went back and started downloading my favorites,
Yeah.
old school favorites of Backstreet Boys. That actually what started happening to me.
It was really such a surprising album. I was, when I first saw it pop up, I was like, yo, this is gonna sound dated.
Yeah.
It's
And the
gonna
crazy
sound
thing-
cheesy.
and the
I thought
crazy-
it was gonna be
a
cheesy.
corny sound.
And the crazy thing, he texts me and he's like, yo, man, Backstreet Boys. I'm like, get out of here. And then we laughed about it. And then,
Like, are you real?
yeah, like,
I'm
you
the
for real
same-
right now?
Same reaction, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really worth everybody's time.
I think
Give it a check.
I think one of
I
my
would-
one of my favorite tracks there was No Place. Right. It says there's no place like you. It's like I've been around the world.
Dedicated.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
like-
yeah.
I've been to Paris.
And you know
Made
what,
my way down to the
guys?
vault.
You know what I also no, but you know what I also really liked is that you can still identify with their voices.
Yes.
Stole
You
your lyrics,
still
please.
know who's
stole your
singing
lyrics.
in the group, which I thought was
catchy
so
fun.
You should get on
profound
Instagram.
for how
Instagram
many
Live.
years the Backstreet Boys has been out. That you can still identify who was who in the group singing on this new album, and I was like, yes, boys.
Maybe it's because I'm not like...
Yeah, because you're new to.
Backstreet
Yeah.
Boys.
But no,
Like,
I
what?
actually felt like the lead singer, he jacks a lot of the
Good
spotlight.
parts.
He's the lead singer.
Yeah, I know, but I was like, come on, let the other guys come in. They're like the Migos. They come in for the ad lib.
Yes.
Bro,
Yes.
when you
Like,
say the
come
same thing when Beyonce was singing nasty, like what is it, like Bills.
But
When
that's why
when you're doing the same thing when
gotta let the quarterback-
during when
let
was
the
it
quarterback
NSYNC
play.
when NSYNC was singing what is it
Bye.
bye. Oh no, bye. Remember girlfriend? Oh, would you be my girlfriend?
That's
Justin
Justin.
Timberlake.
yeah, that is Justin.
But
Yeah.
that's Justin.
That was just
No, but that's
Justin.
NSYNC though.
no,
No,
that's
it's
just
That's
Justin.
insane.
girlfriend was Justin.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
No,
It was
Justin.
insane.
When he's black
God
leather
damn it,
jacket.
man.
And that's the problem.
Weren't they all there?
NSYNC was like
And then you
that.
get
But they were all there though.
No,
in
wait.
the video.
You need
No,
to back
it's
that
no,
up.
right.
It's
He's
insane.
right.
I'm right.
Girl,
It's
would you be
insane.
my
Girlfriend, actually, yes.
Yeah, no, he's right.
You
Nah,
are
yeah,
right.
they were
I
back
just
to friends.
remember the yeah.
No,
you know,
you're right.
guys.
This thing, how you gonna pull a Leatino?
You know what my actual thought was when I was listening
Oh
to this?
man, you guys are off.
It was. You know,
You guys are
it's actually amazing
bad.
how long the Backstreet Boys have. That they're actually still
Relevant.
together because of that guy's being the main shine. It's so rare to
Nick.
find a group, a group of whatever, how many of them? 5.
Yeah.
Let one guy shine
Still.
for like what, 15 years?
Yeah.
Like how long are these guys?
You know what,
More.
actually, you know
20
what,
odd years.
I would really like us, and Sue and I have actually been talking about this. I want us to have a discussion next week or sometime about boy bands, and
think
let's
it's important.
have the boy band wars. But we'll get into that, like, because you guys are saying the things that
There's
we
a
actually
lot to
thinking that
cover.
we actually want to talk about.
there's a
this.
lot to cover,
Yeah, so
actually.
so let's talk about this album specifically, because it's new music now. Nah, guys,
Well done, Backstreet
12
Boys.
tracks. I absolutely loved it. Honestly,
Love those
I give this
Well
album
done,
an 8 out of
Backstreet
10. I give this proper album 8 out of 10 because
7.
I couldn't skip. I couldn't skip through songs. Probably, I think there's only one song that I didn't let run all the way until the end, and that was New Love.
Okay.
New Love. I didn't let
Give
it
us a drop there.
play until the end.
So I know which track you're talking about.
Oh, but I like this beat.
It's a dope beat, but I didn't.
Interesting. It's interesting.
I didn't listen to I probably listened to I think a good 60 to 70% of it. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
But
That's-
it also
the
gets
vibe.
monotonous
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they keep that cadence.
Yeah.
But I understand that this song, maybe I wasn't the target market for this song specifically, but the rest of the album, God,
A great album,
and plus, they only gave me 12 tracks. Ah, come on, man.
In your vibe.
Yes,
That was the
And-
smartest thing they could
Yeah.
have.
Decently-
Not overdo it.
They were decently lengthy songs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it
It wasn't 2 minutes.
No, it was like
No, it was like
it's a
3.5,
yeah.
3 minutes.
average
Yeah.
song.
I really enjoyed that they gave you like full choruses. You know,
Yeah,
you
no,
like proper Backstreet Boys like
did-
sing along. You know.
Proper sing-alongs, eh? Yeah, I know they gave us proper sing-alongs, and I was happy for that. Like, so Backstreet Boys,
You gave it
Check
an
out
8.
that. That was-
You gave it
You
a
got a 7.
7.
I'm gonna join you on a 7.
yeah. I'm with that. 7 it is.
8.5.
Well done, Backstreet Boys.
All right.
Let's talk about Hendrix. Let's talk about Future.
So,
Let's get involved with that Future Hendrix. Yeah.
so
Let's talk about Future, people.
You should.
know you want to
You
talk
guys
about
need
it.
to see all the faces right now.
I'm
Everyone's
actually
just like, oh
I'm
my
actually going last
god.
for Future.
I'm fine. Fuck it. I'll
I
go.
wanted to go last.
I'll go first. I'll go first.
The
with Future.
Wizard, guys. The Wizard.
I'll go first with Future.
We have to be honest about the Wizard, and I think a lot of people, especially in the industry, need to start being honest when it comes to Future. I think that a lot of
You think people
are
lie?
just not honest.
You
This
think
is a
so?
trash album.
It's trash.
Oh, thank you.
No, bro.
Oh God. Oh God, thank
We
you.
were
I
so
love
worried.
you.
We were so
I thought you were gonna say like the whole industry
No, and especially
gotta be
because
honest.
Sue's
This
a
album is
Future
crazy.
fan. Like I was like, yo,
This guy went and flooded us with 20 songs.
dude.
Dude,
Freaking crazy.
do you know what the crazy thing is?
20 of the same songs. You just changed the name.
I listened to this.
Oh, yeah,
Do you know all I did?
No.
I listened to this.
No.
I actually agree with you.
No.
Dude, I couldn't listen to all 20. I'm being
I
honest.
changed
I
so
skimmed
much.
I skimmed them.
Guys, this is what it sounds like. This is Future.
Yeah, I did too much for me. Sorry.
It
It was too much for me, guys.
Too much complaining about Sarah.
Guys, do you know when I was like, that's enough. As I said, like I listened to 3 or 4 songs and the rest I skimmed. And when I said that's enough, is when the first, like the opening line of one of the tracks is like, sipping on the lean. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. I cannot do this no longer. You lying asshole. No more.
Guys, I gave up at track 16.
Guys, let's watch our language.
I'll be
Let's
honest.
watch our language.
Nah, call him an
I
asshole.
gave- I
He's
gave
lying in
up-
your.
He's a booty hole.
I
He's a
gave
booty hole.
up at
I think
track
that's
16. I'll be honest.
You got through 16 tracks?
No, I didn't listen to
Right,
all
your own,
16. I didn't listen to all 16,
Guys,
and that was the worst part.
I listened to this and I thought to myself, this is why Sierra left you. I'm sure Sierra sat there like, guys, I can't live like this.
I can't
Do you guys do you guys see this?
I can't do this.
Like, do you guys see this? I'm sure she's like, he's a grown man.
Why do you keep
All
lying?
he wants to do is weed and drink
lean.
and drink Benelin with Sprite.
Come on.
Guys. Like, I'm sure she probably said that, like, guys,
Cough
you don't
machine,
understand,
right.
This guy's getting the grape flavored Benelin.
He's sponsored by Benelin now. Benelin's a sponsor. You have to put that on your 12 on your biscuits. Sponsored by Benelin.
Guys, I really
Keep that lean
I
going.
could-
Nah, come on, it was too much for me.
I could not stomach the album, and I really tried to sit through it.
I hate it
but
because
honestly,
Future puts out good music, dude.
I
I
listened
was
to
I
this.
dislike.
disappointed.
You know what, Nick?
Love it.
Guys, I actually listened to this, and I thought to myself, so people in South Africa actually went to go listen to this
Yes.
at a concert.
Yes.
You go to a Future
Yes, they
concert.
paid money.
I don't understand how anyone would want to pay money for a Future concert.
And they were
It's
crazy
not,
money.
Maybe I'm not a fan. I like him when he's featured every now and then.
He's great on
Like
He's a joke
one or two.
He's great
He's a
on
very good
features.
feature.
I enjoy him on features.
But on his
actually.
own, like if we're gonna talk about the king of autotune, right? Next to AKA, next to AKA T-Pain. That's it. Like if like honestly, I can't stand Future because number one, he doesn't sound like he's saying anything.
Yeah.
Number two, he sounds like he's saying the same thing on all his
Got
songs.
no content.
what
Number
was funny?
three, you are a grown man.
For some stupid reason, there was people who were saying on the interwebs that this is Future's 444.
I'm sorry.
Oh my
What?
goodness.
Because this is where Future's delving into all the things that he's going through. In
Is
his-
this when you say like? Is this when you
Future's
say
a
people
liar.
need to be honest? Is that why you were saying like people need to be
people
honest?
need to jump.
Yeah,
For me,
yeah.
I look at it and I go, guys, yes, Future is an extremely talented musician. What he does is dope. He's put out some great projects.
Yes.
But this was not it. I feel like people lied too much, and you can also see the way by the way Future was doing what he was doing. He was posting things like, you know, he's now tied with Lady Gaga for number one albums. He was putting numbers. You know what I mean? Because the numbers is what matters now. He wasn't putting up things where people were like giving him rave reviews.
Right.
Yeah.
Where it was like, yo, this album transcended, because nobody fucking thought that shit.
100%.
No, but
Because
shite.
at the end
Sorry,
of the
dude.
day, it was a whack album.
No, it wasn't.
It was. I would say
It was a
that it was
horrible album.
poorly produced.
It was a horrible
It was
album.
very rushed. That's what it felt
was
like.
a horrible
felt,
album.
And
Fast food and too many
Bro,
songs.
to say it's a
it
horrible
was a bad album.
Terrible.
Way
Terrible.
too many
So
songs.
are we in agreement
Let's rate
Agreed.
it.
that
Agreement.
this album
Are we
was
rating it out of 10?
Yes.
Agreed.
yeah, that's,
Rating it out of
Those are
10?
two.
ask us. You can give it a 2. How you gonna waste a point
Because there
like
was a
that?
because I like the track with Young Thug and Gunna, and that's about it. So I'm gonna give you 2 because you did put out music. So,
Zero
so it's
0.5.
1 for putting out music and 2 for the
For
one
that
track.
track.
0.5 for putting out music.
I give you a solid 1, eh?
Oof.
1 it is.
So that's who Future did.
out of
Future-
40, my
The
man.
Great Trezor. Yes,
Out of 40, that is an awful score.
that was a freaking. I really like that Trezor album, man.
Trezor,
That Trezor album.
Trezor, you know what?
was
You know
so
what I've
good.
always liked about Trezor. Trezor gives us really like, and like, where's Trezor from again?
actually
Is it
don't
from
know.
Ghana or something like that?
I'm not
Really,
sure.
he's definitely from somewhere in Africa. Not from here.
Because one thing I've loved about Trezor, right?
I can check that.
Yeah, it's from Malawi.
Malawi, yeah?
Yeah. And
Okay, keep
it's the
keep
same
going.
thing, though.
You can keep
Yeah,
going.
Trezor. Oh no, sorry, it's from Congo. He was born in the Republic of Congo, not Malawi.
Sorry, Trezor.
Sorry, Trezor. But the biggest thing that I've loved about when I fell in love with Trezor was there was a track that he did called "Never Let Me Go."
Okay.
Never let me go.
Yes.
Never let me go.
And that was
Yeah,
that
I
was
know
the
that
moment
track.
Beatenberg was like, "We're gonna jack this guy's."
No,
whole song."
no, that came. Wasn't that after?
No, that was after.
their
It was
collab.
after, bro.
I still feel like Peterberg jacked this man's whole
Okay.
sound.
Maybe
wanted
that's only when we understood.
I just
who
wanted to
Trevor
say
was.
that.
You know what I mean? But
You know,
I think you just want.
Yeah, you wanted to say that.
I want you guys to know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just how
I
I
really
feel.
like this album, but
It was a nice album.
I did reach a point where I was like, yo,
Okay, it's enough.
I have to, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Like what is it, 12 tracks? Or
13 tracks. Yeah.
When I got to probably like 8, 9, I was like, it's okay.
You know
I'm
which
ready
tracks
to
I
call it.
you know which tracks I
And I
really
hated the AKA song.
You hated the AK song.
Dude.
I thought it was a cute song. I understand
the fact
why.
that you're saying cute already for me is a
No,
problem.
why Ryan saying cute? I'm like, this is a radio friendly song. This is
Oh, yeah.
this
okay,
is
I
this
see
is
what
this
you're
is a
saying.
song.
Yeah.
This is a song
It's gonna
because
be on
it's,
radio.
it's me and it's AKA. It's gonna be played on all the
Yeah.
radio
It's
stations.
very mainstream.
People are going to listen to this and say, "Oh,
And
let
it's
me
got
go
that
listen to
old
his
school,
album."
like electronic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
AKA
garbage.
should have never been
they,
there.
they quoted, they gave us all of that
Yeah,
nice
no,
stuff
no,
you
no.
said, and
Ah,
then
they-
gave us garbage.
They gave us radio
Because
They-
AKA, did you hear that verse? yeah, I literally was, and I actually got excited when
With
it
no
said AKA
energy.
featuring AKA. I was like, oh shit, oh yeah, and then I was like,
Funny enough, the tracks that I enjoyed are the tracks that he did with Mafiki Zolo.
Great song.
Yeah,
The
that's
track-
a good song.
The track that he did with
I like the
Cresta
intro,
as well.
I like the intro track with the soil.
Yeah,
The intro track was dope.
But guys,
Absolutely
you see, like
dope.
I thought that was so
the
clever.
opening
clever.
6 tracks
I thought it was so
minus
clever.
the AKA, because AKA is 4th track.
Okay.
So the opening 6 for me, minus that one, I really
Fire.
enjoyed them. Yeah.
So even the Beatenberg one, you
I enjoyed the Beatenberg one actually.
No, I mean I was
That's cute. Like,
no, they needed to
not
be there
cute,
because they needed to figure out what his new sound was.
But they need more content.
2019.
They need more
No,
content.
I love that one. I love that
I
one.
enjoyed the Beatenberg one.
They're trying to figure out where their new sound is for 2019.
So
They made it with
guys
Trizzle.
really
mean.
like guys. You know what a hater
I'm
is?
hating on
You are
Beatenberg.
so
Like,
mean.
haters gonna hate potato.
those niggas, man.
Potatoes gonna potato.
Honestly, no, dude, fuck Peterberg for taking the sound.
Yeah, but
Potato, my
Oh,
nigga.
but you don't know that they
Potato,
took
my
it.
nigga.
You don't
Potato,
know that they
potato, my
took
nigga. You potato, my
Thanks,
nigga.
Meeks.
Yeah.
Potato away.
Potato way, dog. Come on now.
And,
Potato
and
away.
other than
Potatoes
that,
don't
like,
potato, dog. Come on now.
I thought it was a clever collab album.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
really
It was a
did.
good
I
one.
Good
thought it
features.
was-
I like
yeah,
the
it
features.
was
Smart.
very clever.
Very good features,
Very clever.
actually. Nice.
Trezor,
Well
Trevor
done.
invited you on the show.
Well
so
done.
when you have time, come
Let's
through.
rate that shit.
I think, personally for me, the Treasure album, 7. I give it a 7
7.
because it was, overall, it was a really nice album.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a specific type of sound.
Yeah.
It took me on a nice little musical
Journey.
journey.
Well, yeah.
I actually give it a 7.5 decimal, and the reason why you get that 5, that track with Mafiki Zolo really, it reminisced me. It really took me back a bit. So, big ups.
Okay,
Did
cool.
you hear that Nadia's working on a new album?
Hey,
seen
hang
that.
on,
You've
hang on.
seen
Let's
that.
finish this.
You see now.
Okay, I'm giving.
Oh, sorry, I thought that you were giving
Look at
me
Nick's
a
giving
face.
Trezor I'm gonna give him a 6, and that's that.
Why are you giving him a 6? That
No,
fought
that
for
wasn't.
you.
That's
Oh,
for
that's
me.
For giving him 6. And
No.
for you and your fucking
When I'm
Nicki
giving him a 6,
Nadia
it's
Nakai.
honestly not taking anything away from,
Okay,
from
cool.
the project. Like
Okay.
I'm a fan of the project. I'm a fan of Trezor. It's just for
You didn't
me,
enjoy
it. Was,
it like
no, it's those last 3 songs or 4 songs for me to complete it. That's why I struggled to complete
Okay.
it. I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the beginning. So that's why I have to give him a 6. But I think the overall production of it, fantastic. I like it.
I enjoyed it.
No, that's fair.
I
So
thoroughly
can we go
enjoyed
back
it.
to my statement?
You
What?
didn't even rate Trezor.
I did. I gave him a 7.
Oh, you gave him a 7.
It
Nice.
What statement
It was
now? You want to tell us about Nadia Nakai?
7.5, 6.
You want to tell us about Nadia Nakai again?
So you really
Are
trying
you
to tell
serious?
us about
Dude.
Again.
Nadia Nakai, my guy.
Like, so you want to tell us about Nadia?
Something that I saw.
Oh, dude.
And I saw that she's busy working on her album and it's almost done.
No one
Well, we'll keep
Bro.
waiting.
Bro, nobody cares.
Yeah, we'll keep
Nobody
waiting.
cares. Like, what did
So we're not gonna listen to it.
Casper find
Listen,
find
okay,
time in his
so
day to
I'll
go
be
and write some
honest-
lyrics for?
I'll be honest with you. I will
Casper
give
was there, yes. He was there.
I will give her 10 minutes of my time to actually interest me
10
in
minutes?
1 or 2 tracks.
Yeah.
And if she can't get me interested in the first 2 tracks, my girl, I ain't
You
going
guys
there.
are mean.
No, it's not true.
Not mean, we're being honest though.
You guys are
There's
mean
There's a difference
people.
between being mean and being honest, and you're
guys
Be
know-
honest.
and you're
You
an
guys know
asshole.
you got
You're
them
not gonna listen
You know
to the
Daddy
Nadia
got them
Nakai
balls.
album and you talking like you're
Okay,
going
cool.
to.
Next album, guys. Next album. Teleman. God's Decision.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Teleman's album.
Kudos to you guys.
We were-
I was gonna say kudos to 2 of you, man.
Why?
Picking them out.
Because I've been looking at that album cover. Like, oh shit, should I didn't know Teleman. I don't know who he is. And
Oh,
I was
he's-
just looking at that.
He's the
album,
R&B version of Nasty C.
dude, but yeah, well, when I saw that, new albums, and I'm just looking at this thing, I never downloaded it. Then you guys were like, yo, it's, this.
Let's
we're
go,
talking
yeah.
about
Talking
this
about
thing.
it.
So I was like, alright, cool. This was the last album I listened to, and I struggled to get myself to listen to it. But once I listened, I was like, what the fuck's your problem, man? Like, that shit is dope. Like, I enjoyed it. Yeah,
we were
so I-
asking for an R&B guy in South Africa.
Right?
We really were.
We had
asking
this
for an R&B
conversation, I
guy.
think, about 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago, actually.
exactly.
And this was
And I think he delivered.
Teleman.
I think he delivered.
I think,
Beats were fresh.
I think
Teleman.
it was dope. I saw people online.
Guys,
This
can I
is
tell you the
sample.
truth?
What?
Cinnamon,
You know.
That's from, it's sampled from.
Yes.
Got me
Oh.
twisted.
Twisted.
Keith
Keith
Sweat.
he sweats.
Hey, they come up, boys.
No, this album, guys,
You can't get things past
Beat
this.
Shazam.
I'll tell you right now, from my perspective, I'm so proud of it because it actually got me like feeling like I want to choreograph to it.
That's nice.
You know,
So
when
it's
you're
beat
listening to
selection
beats, you're
and
listening
beat,
to
yeah.
words, and you're just going,
That's dope.
"Ooh, this could make some fantastic choreography."
That's dope.
That
That's
was
dope.
my feeling of this album.
That's important.
I enjoyed this album. I enjoyed this album quite.
Future didn't make you
quite
feel
a
like
bit.
that?
Quite a bit.
Not at all.
I didn't.
Future, not at all.
Honestly,
I was so mad.
Smashes Future.
Future didn't make you on the dance.
No. Made me want to turn off the damn sound.
But I'll
Future made
tell
me
you-
want to kill myself.
But I'll tell you this much though. The only thing I didn't like,
Note to self with Rolene. Oh my god.
what I didn't like about
That
this
joint with Rolene.
20 tracks,
Dude, I was about to say that.
I
as
couldn't,
well.
I couldn't stomach the fact that you have 20 tracks on you.
Get your story out.
Like, here's the thing though, you're still new to this. Do 12 tracks. The only person that can give us more than 15 tracks singing is Chris Brown.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's the only one that we'll allow to do that.
So you should have given us 10. You should have split the project.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
10-10.
Right.
Exactly.
I actually agree with you.
Part one, part
Definitely.
two. That could've
Especially,
worked.
and I think guys, note to new artists like that are making it big. Like don't try give us too much to digest at once. Give us what's important so that we can really take you in for who you are.
'Cause it's not-
You
it's
get what I
not-
I
mean?
mean, if you split it, it could have been God decides, the devil says.
You see what I mean?
Okay.
Okay,
You see what I mean?
You see who Suleiman Steel is. This is Suleiman Steel. This.
Guys, I used
Get
to
him
be.
up, man.
I always wanted to be an A&R.
But it's crazy. What's crazy is that like a lot of the reviews online, like people are saying that but Teleman doesn't really have the vocal range.
Really?
comparison to
Like,
who?
To
no,
who?
but they were saying no, but they were saying
You're the same people who let TP sing on songs. You're the same people who let TP run
That's
as the
true.
king of R&B for
That's
South
true.
Africa
Which is
for
true.
years.
That is true.
Tell me Teleman doesn't have a range.
Look, they were saying that
sick.
Teleman doesn't have a range. People
Nah,
saying,
yeah,
no, it's not a great album. Personally, for me, I honestly enjoyed this album. It was dope.
this is
it
why
was,
South
it
African
was
music
really
doesn't-
cool. But the problem is that with 20 tracks, after some time, it became an overload.
Yeah.
And then after some time, it was starting to sound monotonous.
Very repetitive.
What did you guys
Very
think of the
repetitive,
track with
like, even-
Chicana?
Obvious.
Nasty.
Come on, Shakina and Nasty and how
Dude.
they ended it. Do you know what I didn't like about a lot of the tracks?
What?
The way he ends the song. Where he slows down.
Yes, like it extra brings down the tempo.
Yeah, where he
It
brings
killed
down
me.
Maybe it's a new finesse.
No, but I think it was like trying to take
don't
you
like
into
new-
a world
you don't like
of like
new things, man.
illusion.
Look, if you do it once, it's one thing. But when you do it on like 4, 5, 6, 7
Right.
tracks, like
my
then it's
signature.
like no. But then again, it's like you ran out of ideas. So therefore,
Run with this.
therefore that means that your sound engineer was like, no, let's do it this way.
Let's
Hey, do you-
Personally, that's what I feel like. Because honestly, like who's he signed? And he's also under is he under Nasty C?
Isn't he under Kalawa?
Universal.
He's under he's
why-
under UMGSA.
Why is he? Why does he
that's
sound?
amazing.
Why does he
God.
sound? Why does he sound like literally? But on the real though, he does sound
Unless-
like he's the R&B version of Nasty C. That's all it sounds like.
Well,
It
I
sounds,
enjoyed it.
it sounds like it's a very international sound
Yes,
type
yes.
of album, which is dope
Cleanly
because it's
produced.
sellable. It's even more sellable, but at the same time, too many songs, and the gimmick of you slowing down songs at the end. Like slowing down the tempo, like you know when DJs are lazy to mix,
Dude, it was
so they
funny.
do zoom, zoom, zoom,
Yeah.
zoom,
Pull that funk flex.
and then go to the next song.
Exactly.
Or that
That's
DJ
what it
Waxy
sounds
shit.
like. No, it's true. It does give you that illusion at the end of
Get
each
out.
track.
You can't
right?
mix.
Wax.
Holy
think-
shit, whatever happened to him?
But listen,
What's his-
I,
still
One
play?
show, gents. One show, gents.
I actually like I'll give him some props. Like, well done, dude.
It was a dope album. No
Give
doubt.
the man his flowers, man.
You know what I mean?
I'll give you.
I
I'm
agree
just
with
sad
you
he signed
on-
to Universal. That's my only thing. I'm bummed he signed to Universal. That's sad.
When are you just mad that Universal didn't give you a record deal, bro?
When they should have. At bars, probably the best rapper in the country at the time.
No, bro. My bad, man. I'm sorry, bro. And plus, you had the gimmick as well. Yeah, man, I'm Superman Steve.
Exactly.
Ah!
How could you not sign? I was sellable. God damn it.
And for the mere fact that he has a song called Note to Self, UDI, with Rolene.
Dude, that
And
song.
just listening to Rolene sing in there, it's exactly what I said. I can't wait to hear more Rolene this
Rolene.
year.
I would want a full Rolene project.
But what I'm really disappointed in is that, you know, I didn't see Boiti on any of the tracks. It would have been nice to have Boiti on here. No, on the real though, because
So now Nasty must write for him and her on the
Boyz.
same album.
I can write before Rolene as well.
He's not writing R&B songs. Come on, please. Rolene writes her own lyrics. Don't play with me. Man.
That guy's looking at you.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me,
Look
son.
at me, look at you. Look at you. This guy, come on, man. Like honestly, I think it would have been very clever for her to jump onto the Tellerman's album.
I think it
Because
would have been.
I think it would have been
a good look
It
for
would have
her.
been a very good look for her, and I think it would have worked wonders for her music as well.
I don't need no boy team.
In your life.
See what I'm
Guys,
saying? There's also
guys,
I'm just free to express myself as
and that's
a
okay.
music
Me
lover.
too. I'm not here
And
to hear
until
you
Boyty-
know
Guys,
Boyty music
Until
Jack
Boyty makes me.
and Sully are booty holes.
because we don't know how
we
Boyty
don't like
music.
Boyty.
Guys,
Well,
we, need,
yeah,
we,
music.
we
Sorry,
said
not
we
about
want to hear
her.
more Boiti
Not
so
about-
we can
No,
actually
but I
tell
no,
the
you were
truth
there for
about
that,
who she
you were there
is.
for that episode where I said to you, actually, I really don't care.
Yes.
Because I genuinely don't. I would be an asshole if I'm sitting here and I say, you
Okay.
know what, Boyty, I want to hear that fire album of yours that
Yeah,
you got
I feel like
tucked
you
in the
don't-
I
clutch.
feel like
Okay.
whenever we talk about Boyty, we disrespect everybody else, all the other females.
Yeah, you didn't want to talk about Nadia. You want to talk about Boyty.
You know.
Nah, I'd rather talk about Boiti than Nadia. I'll
What,
tell you that.
what about Rouge? Rouge
Yeah,
hasn't put out a
that's
goddamn
actually
project.
good.
Rouge must put out a project as well before Boyty puts out a project.
Hey man, wait. But if Roach is not putting time in the studio, then it's not our fault. Yeah,
We just
don't
blame
know
it on
Rogue, Roger.
Roger's a new one. That's a 2019 drip.
You know, but personally for me,
Let's give this man a
But anyway.
Let's give Teleman a vote,
yeah,
check, please.
yeah.
I want to give him a.
I go with a
A
6.
six.
Wow.
Okay. Look at us.
I was gonna go 6.5. Only reason why it's a 6.5 and not a solid 7 is because there's too many songs.
That's
it's
how
just,
I
it's just an
feel.
overload.
Same.
Yeah, I'll
give
go
it
with
a
the
seven.
I'll go with the 6.
Yeah,
Pretty
so
much
it's
on
just-
that.
It's just
Seems
a bit
like
of a
And
Yeah,
also
pressure.
what I didn't, yeah, but also what I didn't like, and it's also something that's just happening right now in the industry. Guys are not paying attention to their rollout, dude. Like
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't like that, and that's just me.
Shows up.
Yeah,
It-
your
that-
album just pops up,
lazy.
and then you have your
That
listening, your
really
listening
bugs
sessions with your
me.
7 friends, your
That I
7
don't know
industry
you
friends,
humming
and then you invite Slick
with
on
some
live
new
to do
music
some
for
dumbass
me.
interview where Slick is not
It
going to ask you
really
any
bugs
questions
me.
that fucking matter
You know,
about your album.
okay, guys, one show.
No, I'm upset because I just don't like rollouts like
Okay,
this.
I think you know the problem is, and Sue actually, Lucette actually had something that she wanted to say about this as well. So
Yeah.
let's finish that and then
Cool.
and then we'll get into
No,
the other issues.
I was saying, like, I do agree with you. Like, you know what? It really frustrates me that if we're not like people like us that are super paying attention to what's going on in the industry and looking for the music, you actually are not going to be aware that there's new music, and that actually kills me because you want consumers to increase in South Africa. You want us to be supporting South African music, but yet you don't have the audacity to even let us know what you're doing. Come on, guys.
So now this what she says and what you're saying as well ties into what I was going to say as well. That the fact is that people do not have, you know, I think they're very lazy in terms of their marketing strategy. They're not willing to. I don't know if they're not willing to put in more money, but or maybe it's they forget that they need to have a budget for advertising and for marketing. And the reason why I'm saying this is the simple fact. Like look at that movie with Kagiso Letiga and is it Kagiso Letiga? And Black Coffee.
Black Coffee movie.
Yeah,
the one he just produced.
Matwetwe.
Yeah.
Is it
Matwetwe,
Matwetwe? Yeah. But the problem is that it probably is a great album. I mean, sorry, it probably is a great movie. But the problem is your marketing strategy is all based on you tweeting about it.
Yeah.
and getting people to tweet about it, and then getting people to feel guilty about it. Is like, if you could support Black Panther, then we should be supporting
Nah,
my Twitter.
don't come make
But
me
then
feel
again,
guilty.
but that's the problem now. This is what people were saying
Only-
online.
only in
This is what
South
people were
Africa.
saying. This is what people were saying online. I never thought that people would go out and attack black coffee.
Yeah.
But the fact is, they were saying that don't make me feel like, if you're telling me about something, don't make me feel bad.
Yeah.
In order to, don't guilt me into watching it.
Right.
100%.
Because if you guilt me into watching it, I'm already watching it with that frame of mind.
No, that's
It's like when
And
your
with the
parents
negative
guilt you to doing
intention.
exactly like when your parents or your partner, wife or husband guilt you into doing things. You don't do it with a happy heart.
100%.
Yeah, you're half stepping it. You know what I mean? And that is another thing as well. Where on some guys, if you can support Rick Ross, then you can support my album. Yeah, but like Rick Ross is on a heavy he's marketing
doing
strategy.
rollout.
He's doing a proper rollout.
You've
and
seen
it-
a
Like, I
single.
haven't seen a trailer for that movie. I've just seen the posters.
Exactly, and
Have you guys seen the trailer?
no, I haven't seen a trailer.
I haven't seen
And the thing is, that's the issue is that you're sitting on Twitter complaining about support Rick Ross and Black Panther. At least give me a snippet of something I could then support. If you give me
Something.
a snippet,
Yeah,
then
I'm not just gonna go watch it
instead of
blindly.
giving me a poster and an explanation.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't understand that.
But
though.
these days, a lot of these artists, not just from South Africa, but all across the world, I don't know if they've become lazy, and I don't know if social media is the reason why they've become lazier.
It is.
Because it's like, no, it's cheap,
just
it's
do it,
free, I can
yeah.
just do it here like this.
I have
can pay-
50,000 followers.
I can pay a couple of influencers to
Yeah.
share about it, when in actual fact, the advertising doesn't, just because those influencers are tweeting about it, doesn't always
Leads to-
necessarily equate to sales.
Let's be honest.
You know what I mean? In the bottom line.
Influencers want free shit.
Look, but
Or they wanna get paid.
But
Or they wanna get paid.
But the specific type of influencers.
How many
if you,
of those people
if you are
resonate with your message?
like there's
exactly.
that's the thing. Like there's different types of influencers. There are people who are just famous on Twitter, and just have a lot of followers because of the fact that they tweet. And then there are people who are famous that are on Twitter that are used as influencers because of the fact that they are influential. They're famous for a particular thing. Like Reason is a rapper, he's famous for this and whatnot. Cool. If he's tweeting about my Twitter, yes, we understand why we are going to go and watch it because of the fact that
Your song's probably out there.
yeah, or either your song's on
Something,
there
yeah.
or you are paid to do it. But the fact is that when he is tweeting about it, it's one thing. But if Jack, who has 30,000 followers and is just famous because of Twitter,
Because of his
Man.
opinions.
Yeah, people aren't
because
gonna
of his
buy into
opinions,
whatever.
when he talks about my
Yeah.
Twitter, you can see that, dude. We can see that this is influencer work. This is promo. Yeah, it's promo work. You're being paid. So, and a lot of times people end up ignoring it
Are we
because
talking about, so especially when we're talking about influences, right? And I just want to tie this in based on, like, for example, last week's conversation.
follow it up. Yeah, finish it off.
On the Fire Festival thing. Influencers were used to push Fire Festival, correct? But at the end of the day, those influencers were paid a certain amount of money.
yeah.
They didn't really care about Ja rules
what's
and things
gonna happen
mission, and
afterwards.
they weren't
Yeah.
concerned about that. They just wanted to make sure, am I getting my villas and blah 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 blah. I feel that, especially in South Africa, we're falling into that exact same trap. We are actually just using influencers because we think that they're influential. But in the real world, exactly as Meeps is saying, in the real world, you actually have zero influence. Nobody is actually...
you just have a following.
Exactly. And
There's a difference between having a following and actually having
and this
influence.
and this is not to pump up the show or what we do in any shape or form, but we have started to get people who are like, yo, I went and listened to that album because you guys said it was a good album or whatever. I didn't know this artist, or and now that's, for me, I view that as influence.
Exactly.
We're able to influence your opinion on something.
I think the key, I
Yeah,
do,
but
I
it's
agree with you
different
100%.
because the fact that we're actually having a conversation about it, we break it down and whatnot,
and we sort of let
and
you have your...
yeah, and in essence, based on what we talk about and whatnot, maybe it might give you, maybe you might have seen that album and thought, I'm not going to listen to it, and because
We
now,
gave you a breakdown.
because some people have actually spoken about it, then you're like, okay, you know what, actually,
weighed out the
let me,
pros and
yeah,
cons,
and
you're
you're like,
like,
okay,
"Ah,
fine, let me
give
go
it."
give it a chance. You see, that's the thing. Following doesn't always equate to influence.
And it's also a thing of aligning yourself. If you're going to use influencers, align yourself with influencers that are in line with what you said, with your vision. Because it's so simple to say, oh, well, DJ Fresh, he has freaking however many 50,000 followers. 100,000 followers. Let me get this guy. Let me pay him 20 grand, and he's gonna, tweet my stuff or my event. But it's one thing if you like, let's just say your product is Head and Shoulders. Why would you go to DJ Fresh? You know what I mean? Versus a musician.
I think you need to be aware.
Exactly.
And,
so,
and a lot of these brands are not aware.
Exactly.
They're just
So if
jumping
you're
on
a musician,
bandwagons.
go to big, obviously the big DJs and the big music influencers, and whatever.